Yo, what it is, man? Look, man, I got some R. Kelly news. Earlier today, I received some documents, 125 pages, detailing the whole cross-examination of Rashona Cross. Now, who's Rashona Cross? She's the girl that was in the 2008 video. Was 14 at the time. She's also Sparkle's niece. Now, Sparkle released a statement yesterday.
I have my phone here because I have notes that I want to make sure that I say everything that I want to say today. And forgive the bolting of the jets overhead. We have the air mortar show here. I want to put a few things in context. I'm letting those who really know, support, and love me know that this is a family feud. Yesterday was a day I didn't think I'd ever see. Nevertheless, at this point, I'm pretty much prepared for anything. After I learned my niece was cooperating with the investigators, I prayed and I thanked God. Also, I did some thinking, as I often do, throughout this whole process. Asked myself, if I were them, what could be said that legitimately make this make sense and spare them from crazy? My answer is nothing. Knowing that there's no right answer to explain their ongoing actions and years of support for Robert once learning about that tape, the clear plan is to try to take me down because I've been so vocal. I knew that there was some anger and resentment because of my stance, which is why I'm like, okay, they're going to handle it their way, and I'm going to handle it my way. And I was thinking, one day, my niece will be older and will have a real heart-to-heart conversation. And there's no expiration on this concept, but I'm very clear that day ain't close. I know us speaking privately and candidly to her looks like betrayal of her mother. But now being an adult, I was hoping she was closer to being more independent thinking at this point. Yesterday, my niece absolutely doing the will of her mom. This is another form of the terrible decision making of her mom. And in my opinion, the unfortunate continuing allegiance to Robert. As the youngest of the group, and all I've ever known was family and community. So I operated from that space from the beginning of my career by bringing them in to show them that it was not just about me, but about us getting this record deal that I was about to get. We were a gospel group just years prior, so me thinking about them for them was partly programmed in me. All I knew. Again, because Robert was giving the opportunity to have his own imprint record label, I introduced my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece to Robert at CRC Studios in '97 in hopes of landing my niece a career as an artist in this industry. Not a concert, as she testified. I didn't stop there. I asked Robert to check out my brother-in-law, who played the guitar, and other family members in hopes he'd assist them with their musical careers as well. I'm saying this again to say not all that you heard yesterday from my niece is true. I don't want to hinder this legal process, I don't, but to testify that I had my niece sit on Robert's lap and rub his head and have her ask him to be her godfather is an absolute fucking lie. You all cannot imagine the hurt that comes from pain caused by the people that you live and are willing to die for. Another lie. Robert and I were never in a romantic relationship. Never. To show you sabotage is a highly priority within them. If Robert and I were in a romantic relationship, you and your mom was cool allowing you to start a relationship with him? Again, no right answers for their actions. This journey of mine, I started with the greatest of intentions, and all I've gotten from it is hell. This is not how we were raised, and it has fucked up family names, relationships, and to death, allegedly. Enough is enough. I've endured being not believed before, so my niece's false statements don't bother me as much as her mindset and willingness to tell the lies. I'm certain it's from her mom. Certain. But she's now old enough to start bearing some level of responsibility of her actions. I love her more than life itself, so this is all I'm going to say regarding her and her mother, unless I have to. Hey y'all, it's Sparkle.
Now these documents and her niece's statements contradict everything that Sparkle was saying. Now with this video, first I was screenshotting everything, and I was just going to read, you know how I do, I was going to read the documents. But that's entirely too much work. Entirely too much work. So what I'm going to do with this video, I'm going to put the documents in a link. You can go through them yourself. But what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to give you my analysis of what them documents say. Now the documents start back in 2008. From what I was reading. 2002, as a matter of fact. And yo, this shit is crazy. Now I don't know who to believe. But we gotta remember that Rashona Cross is on a witness stand. Gotta understand that. She can get charged with perjury. But she also got immunity from, so I don't even know if she can get charged with perjury, because she got immunity for her and her family. That's strange. Why would you need immunity from your family? For your family. Her mother and father. So I've seen a few blogs talk about, you know, what they saying on the news. They basically just giving you a little brief rundown of what the news is reporting.
The first time she's told her story. Now to the case against R. Kelly. Today, the star witness, the woman who the entire child pornography case is centered around, took the stand. It is the first time she's told her story to jurors. CBS 2's Tara Molina was in the courthouse when she spoke. Tara, dramatic testimony.
Jim, to say the least, and we want to warn you about the disturbing nature of all of this before we get into it. Jane details her sexual relationship with Kelly that all started when she was just 14, including sex acts Kelly recorded and the expectation that she keep it all quiet. She's not using her real name, and you can see her face was not drawn in court. But Jane, taking the stand for the first time, made a pivotal record with her testimony. Now 37, she said her relationship with R. Kelly started at 12 or 13, introduced by her Aunt Stephanie, a musician working with Kelly at the time. Jane, a singer in a group then, said her relationship with Kelly changed within weeks of asking Kelly to become her godfather, helping with her music career, becoming sexual. She said it started with phone sex, Kelly asking her about her underwear, turning physical when she was 14. Kelly would give her alcohol. She said it helped loosen her up, describing pornographic videos he would play during this, featuring people she knew, eventually engaging in group sex acts with underage friends she said Kelly encouraged her to bring around. Testifying the physical relationship continued and she lost her virginity to Kelly at the age of 15. She said she had sex with Kelly an uncountable number of times, hundreds. Many of those acts recorded by Kelly, sex tapes Jane said she wasn't comfortable with. Where were her parents during all of this? Jane said once she told them R. Kelly was her godfather, working on her music with her, they were comfortable with her being at his studio. Kelly was married at the time, and Jane said oftentimes her parents thought she was at home with them, not at the studio alone with Kelly. But it didn't stay that way. Later in her testimony, Jane detailed being forced by Kelly to tell her parents about their sexual relationship, claiming he confirmed a sex tape of theirs had been leaked and was about to be public. She said Kelly told her he wanted her parents on his team. Detailing a meeting arranged with Kelly and her parents at an Oak Park hotel, she described her father's response as hysterical, saying she vividly remembers her father telling Kelly, "I can't help you. I can't help you." Now, ultimately, prosecutors say that Jane and her parents were pressured and paid off to lie, threatened by the singer and his team. Her testimony and cross-examination expected to start back up here first thing tomorrow morning. This trial set to run about 4 weeks. Reporting live outside Dirksen Federal Courthouse, I'm Tara Molina, CBS 2 News.
He's facing several charges, including obstruction of...
This ain't that. Because the news is going to spin it how they want to spin it. That's one thing we know. The news have agendas. We know this by now. So each news organization is going to spin it how they want to spin it. And for the most part, they want to paint R. Kelly out to be this vicious predator. Which he might be. But in a lot of these situations, it's a lot of shit in common when you're dealing with these parents. Now, with Rashona Cross, from what I gathered, Rashona Cross is basically telling the jury and telling the, you know what I mean, the people that's in the courtroom that she think Sparkle released them motherfucking videos back in 2008. The reason why is because R. Kelly and Sparkle, y'all remember, if people old enough, they was working together. And he gave Sparkle a song and then took it back. He took it back. And this started this motherfucking fury of allegations. That's why she released the tape. This is just my opinion. Y'all can make your own. She released the tape because she was angry that R. Kelly took the song. On top of R. Kelly still dealing with her niece, who she introduced him to. And she didn't just introduce him like, this is my niece. She introduced him like she wanted them to be together. Like, the shit is crazy. I'm talking about information where Rashona Cross, who's down at this point 17, was having relations with R. Kelly and his wife Drea. Like shit that we ain't hear. Shit like after the case was over, she was still in a relationship with R. Kelly. Her family still was working for R. Kelly. Yo, and it just make you look at this case crazy. Like, yo, what the fuck is really going on? This look like it could be a movie. If you take the underage girls out of it, make the girls of age, this can be a fucking blockbuster movie. For real. Because this is my honest opinion. My honest opinion is these parents knew R. Kelly had some type of sickness. He messed up mentally. You gotta remember, the man can't read or write. On top of the trauma he had been through, you know, when he was a child, being sexually assaulted. And these parents preyed on this. They preyed on it. And not just his parents. Not just these girls' parents. Everybody around them. From Sparkle to the people stealing money. Everybody around them preyed on this man being basically illiterate. And this fucked up now because this man got 30 years. So now look. After documents released, this is what y'all gonna see. And after the surviving R. Kelly thing. This woman and her family, at this time she's a woman, and her family was still in contact with R. Kelly. Right before the documentary and right afterwards. R. Kelly cut him off after that. Once the documentary started blowing up, he cut him off. Then things get tricky. That's when things start changing. Because like I said, and if y'all gonna take the time to read through this shit, it start like page 880. Y'all gonna see what happened. Things changed when R. Kelly decided, I'm not fucking with them no more. And you gonna see a conversation where she texting R. Kelly like, look, if you don't answer the phone, I'm gonna do what I think I need to do. Because in prior cases, whenever shit got hot, he'll pay him off. But y'all know now, at this point, R. Kelly is running out of money. He's running out of money. And like I said, man, I wanted to do it to where I can read it so y'all can see it. Because I know how when people don't like reading. But it just was entirely too much work. And I don't think people realize how much work I really put into these videos. I can't say all other bloggers, but I put a lot into this shit. And I've been working on this since 7 o'clock this morning. And I just got to a point where I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm just going to tell people what I think from what I read. And I'm going to put the links in the description. And you can read them yourself. You can download it from Dropbox. It ain't no spam shit. It's all real. I don't play them type of games. You won't get hacked or nothing like that. Like this, you don't even have to download that. You can just read it from the app. No account needed. But what else was in that motherfucker, man? Man, it's a lot of shit in there, man. It's a lot of shit, yo. Now, like I said, you heard what Sparkle had to say. I don't really know if I believe her, man. I don't. Now, I can't say she outright lying. But this story that this woman is presenting makes perfect sense because she's not always coming out. She's not looking good I mean, you're going to see. It's not like she's trying to make herself look good. No, that's not what's going on. Because she looked bad. She lied a few times. Got caught in lies. It's a lot of that shit. It's a lot of that. A lot of her being caught in lies. Some of it could have just been, you know, ignorance, not knowing what the severity of the case and being young. But people can make their own determination on that. And, shit, man. I think that there ain't really a whole bunch to say on this shit, man. I just want people to look at this shit, man, and make their own determinations. You feel me? Like, I don't necessarily like what's going on with R. Kelly. You feel me? I know he have a problem. I'm not with none of that fucking with underage kids shit. But like I said, to me, it's a little different when the families are basically forcing them on them. Now, that's not every case. Like I said, the man got a problem. That's not every case. But in a lot of these cases, these parents are forcing their children on him because they are aware that he have a problem. Like, I don't understand what the fuck was wrong with him. For real. You know, a lot of people make that case, you know, trauma and shit like that. Maybe it can affect you that type of way. I never been assaulted or nothing like that, so I couldn't tell you. But I don't know. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. But for these people to prey on that man like that, yo, it's fucking terrible, man. It's terrible, man. And for him to be going through all these allegations or all these trials and tribulations alone, where it was multiple conspirators, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. It's probably at least another 50 people need to be indicted in this motherfucking R. Kelly shit. For real. At least, yeah, 50. Everybody, so even his wife, ex-wife Drea Kelly, she still kept his last name. She knew about all this shit. She was actually having threesomes with the girls once they was of age, from my understanding. But there's no way you can be with a motherfucker. And you heard it in the Surviving R. Kelly shit. She tried to deny it. It's kind of impossible. It's kind of hard to believe you can be with a motherfucker for X amount of years and you not knowing he dealing with all these underage girls. I don't believe that. I think only a fool would believe that shit to be true. Yeah, man. But man, let me know how y'all feel about this shit, man. Like, do y'all think it's a difference if the motherfucking family was willing participants? Or do y'all feel like, you know, Kelly was a grown ass man, he knew he was wrong, and man, he need to pay for that shit. Now I believe he need to pay for that shit, but I believe that he shouldn't be alone. And I believe that the amount of time he's ready to receive, because more than likely, even though the facts in this case is suspect, he's still going to get found guilty. I mean, he's not winning these cases. The motherfucking writing is written on the wall already. I mean, his future is motherfucking stamped and sealed. They want him in prison. Now he might can get out on some appeal shit later, but they want him in prison right now, and that's what he's going to be. And they're going to probably, I mean, pile on. Give him some more time. Might run it concurrent. Might run it consecutively if they want to get petty. But I think it need to be some more people in there with him, man. Flat out. Need to be some more people in there with him, man. And like, even with the Sparkle situation, she's trying to deny everything, but what she did is not no different from what we heard in the other trial and what the other parents did. I think it was I don't want to say the wrong name. I did a video on it.
Sorry, something's not right.
What the fuck, Google?
In a few minutes, you can try troubleshooting from the Google Home app. You can also try unplugging your device and plugging it back in.
My bad, y'all. Google tripping. Yeah, but I did a video on it. I did a video on it, and y'all can check that shit out. It was another parent basically did the same thing that Sparkle niece is alleging she did. She brought him around R. Kelly and then coached him on how to trick him. Because he was weak. He was ill. He got some type of problems going on in the brain. Got some type of problems going on. Let me know how y'all feel about this shit in the comments, man. Keep it G-Blog. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Like I said, I'm going to put them links in the motherfucking description. You feel me? They real links. It ain't no spam shit. If you really want to know for yourself what's this R. Kelly case is about and what's the truth, not the media spent narrative. That's what we're trying to get away from. We want the truth. We want to be able to look at this shit and make our own determination of what it is. Because this article that media takeout put out, that is not the perception I got. At all. I'm out, man.
Hey, Baltimore, bitch, I'm reppin' Baltimore. Young street nigga, dope boy, I come from Baltimore. Young niggas be shining on them dirt bikes, we be wildin', sellin', scramble all the houses. About to hit the block, you know it's trapping time. Gotta watch what I say, cause they might tap the line.